and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming Terrain. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is the weekly Wednesday Wargaming questions and answers. It's an off the cuff video. What does that mean? I record it and I upload it. There is no fancy editing going on. There is no, there's my intro symbol at the beginning. I do have a transition button, which I use from time to time. And I will be using today because there's some really great stuff to show you guys. For everyone that's new here, the weekly Wednesdays are essentially Q&A. You ask me questions and I give you the answers to the best of my knowledge and ability. It's primarily model focused, everything to do with, it's primarily GW stuff. There are other company bits and pieces I do here and there. There is terrain questions from time to time, and sometimes general information that's going on in the warehouse, in the workshop, sorry. All my regulars here, guys, I feel love, thank you very much. We also do now, we're doing as well, is a weekly Wednesday voting for painting. So what does that mean is, what that means is, I show you some models in the box and you guys vote on the models, which one you want me to paint for next Monday's video. Now last Monday just gone, absolutely painted the crates up, absolutely fantastic. If you haven't seen that video, guys, go and check it back out because it's, it was more difficult than I first realised, just because of the sheer number that was there. I enjoyed it and they look fantastic, especially with the reactor piece and with the piece of terrain that I'm building now. Those are all going to go together, look absolutely amazing. But that's for the terrain build anyway. First, I'm going to start with some really shit stuff. Unfortunately, I think it was the 16th of February I actually first spoke about this, about my work, and they're going to manage me out of the job by giving me shifts that I can't do and all that sort of business because of childcare and everything else. That's what they're doing now. So they are looking to push me out. They're not interested in if I'm being discriminated against or bullied or anything like that. They're not interested in that. They're just scheduling me things like a late shift finishing at 10 o'clock at night and expecting me to come in at 5 o'clock in the next morning. That's where we're at with them at the moment. So I've got probably another meeting or two and then they'll send me on my way, which, is shit. But for you guys, it's great because it means I've got more time to get this done and do stuff here. So that's the shit stuff out of the way. Again, I'm only talking about this because we're all wargamers, we're all friends, we're all buddies. I can share this stuff with you. Also, I want to let you guys know I'm still doing commission let's builds, commission terrain builds, and commission painting. For those who don't know what that is, you would say to me, John, I don't have much time to do stuff. If I send you this box of, I don't know, this, what are we going to say, Chaos Warriors for Age of Sigmar, Slaves of Darkness Army, could you clean and glue them up for me, please? How much would you charge? And then we have a conversation and, it's either going to be a monetary value or it's going to be, can you send me this paint, that paint, and this little box of whatever, and then you send it, I do it, I send it back to you. Terrain builds, you ask me what you want me to build for you, we'll work out, negotiate a price or, exchange for something, and I do it, and the painting the same. I could either paint it up finished or paint it up to a certain point where you come and add washes and dry brushing and everything else. Anyone that's interested in anything like that, just chuck me a message. Go to Unique Wargaming Terrain Facebook page. There's a message button there. You can message me privately or you can chuck a comment on here and we'll talk about, not openly talk about stuff, but we'll set up a way of communication. Okay. Now, the Imperial magazine, I've chased them up because the email address they had for me, when my daughter passed, I didn't go onto it and didn't even look at it, so Yahoo blocked me out of it. And every password I used, they're saying no, that's wrong. Phone this premium number, I'm going to sort it out. I'm not phoning a premium number. So I emailed them from my Google account to find out what's going on. And apparently there's an issue of payment, and payment wasn't taken out when it should have been taken out, or something like I don't know too much about it, but I have to phone them tomorrow and sort it out. So hopefully within the next couple of weeks I'll start receiving that again. I had this problem before. They didn't take the money when they should have took the money, and then when you tried to contact them, there was no response from them. But now there seems to be a response from them, so that's just good. So well done, you guys. Right. There's a few questions here, and then we've got the vote, and we've got something else I want to show you, really amazing. Okay. What is my favourite Chaos Legion and why? That's a good question. That's my main man is some of that question. That's a good question. See, because I can turn around and say, oh yeah, this one, that one. However, for me, the Alpha Legion, I'm not a big fan of them. But I know if they brought out a codex of their own, codex supplement, whatever, of their own, and had their own distinguishable models, okay, how like the Death Guard and Thousand Sons have, then I would be like, ooh, I like them. I think we all would. Especially if they're own little vehicle types and stuff like that. We would all be like, ooh. Death Guard, I absolutely love Nurgle, and I have anything to do with Nurgle. I don't own any Death Guard. I did have a few Death Guard bits, nothing special. I think it was 2 or 3 models. I gave that to my main man because he had Death Guard army starting, and the way that they done the patrol box it wasn't a legal army, so I gave him, I think it was 3 Chaos Space Marines, and it made Plague Marines, and then it made it a legal army, something like that. But anyway, I love the whole look of them. The only part of their army I don't like look of is Poxwalkers, but they would be an essential part of the army. So it's one of those things that goes hand in hand. But I do love the fact that I had the big mouth on the belly and the tongues, and I think it's fantastic, especially like for painting wise. There's a lot of colours that you can do that will contrast each other and just make the model really pop really well. Thousand Sons, I absolutely love that. I love all of their models. Absolutely fantastic. The only thing I think they are missing, and I was kind of hoping that when they released their colours to do it, is more Thousand Sun vehicles. So like with the Death Guard, you have like the Blight drones and all that stuff, sort of in the maulers and all that. I was kind of hoping that their Thousand Sons would have their own sort of tanks and crazy stuff like that. The World Eaters are coming as well. So I keep getting confused between the World Eaters and the Loyalist chapter. Forgive me, guys. But yeah, the World Eaters are coming as well, which is going to be hopefully, there is some crazy vehicles and crazy stuff in there. I'm hoping for like, I'm hoping for some sort of like tank, Rhino type tank, with bars coming out with like a roller, with chains flying off to. I'm hoping for something like that. Like if you know anything about history and about tanks, like the ones we used in World War II to clear the beaches of mines and stuff. Something like that, but with skulls, or that'd be absolutely fantastic. But I'm hoping for something like that, or some sort of winged bloodletter, or something like that. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Even if they were like possessed World Eaters, and they were half winged bloodletters and half Space Marines, I think that'd be fantastic. Because the Chaos Space Marine range that they're going to be releasing is amazing. The body horror on it is just fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And I'm hoping when they release the Chaos Space Marine Codex, I'm hoping that you could take a unit of Chaos Space Marines and say, okay, these guys got Mark of Nurgle, which is great, because then you could go and buy a unit of Death Guard. They're not Death Guard, they are Chaos Space Marines with the Mark of Nurgle, if you follow what I'm saying. So you could buy those models because their models are amazing and bring them into your Chaos Space Marine army, which is fantastic. No, Black Legion, amazing. I like. It's not even a case of the model's great and everything else. I just like the whole idea of this one badass, Abaddon or Abaddon, whatever way you want to pronounce his name, bringing everyone together, everyone flocking to him and just going for it. And painting wise, I think it's a bit easy, a bit safe. But again, it goes back to what I just said. If you're able to give units marks, then I can bring other stuff in, and especially HQ choices. Oh, this guy is Michael Sinesh, or this guy is Michael Descent, or Michael Nurgle. That would, from a sales point, I believe, for GW, that would be an amazing selling point, because people will click Chaos Space Marines and just keep bringing stuff in from other. But, the Empress Children, we don't know what's happening there yet. So, but I believe that they're going to be coming out in 10th edition, and I'm hoping that the whisper I heard was that there'd be the box set, the starting box set, which I'm hoping for, because that would be absolutely fantastic. I don't really know any other Chaos Legions apart from the Fallen. No, I don't know any other Chaos Legions, but you know, chuck a comment below. And actually, go back on a question last week that I was asked about my favourite factions. I forgot the Tau. I did mention the Decimus Mechanicus at the end, but I did forget the Tau. And it was on my head when I forgot about it. The Tau, I was never a big lover of the Tau. Okay, but watching play on tabletop, or 40 minutes, seeing one of their guys, Tau Nick, actually such passionately plays with the Tau, just really has got me like, well, actually, they're actually quite nice, quite tasty. I like the battle suits, I like this, I like that. So I actually do like them. They're slowly growing on me, which, you know, is the way. Can I use contrast paints on a wet palette? I've never actually tried it. I would imagine it wouldn't be a good idea, because the way the contrast paints are, from my understanding, I'm not a vast expert on contrast paints. I've only used a few colours that, you know, when you undercoat the model and you give it a Gracia Prime or a white Prime or whatever Xenophil Prime you want to give it, when you're putting a contrast colour on, it will, the raised areas, it will give it a slight tint of that contrast paint and just run off. So the deeper recesses have the darker bit on it, and the lighter, the higher points will have just a faint tint. Okay, so I think if you put it on a wet palette, I think it will water it down too much, and it'll be, you know, it won't. I don't think it'll work. But I've never tried it. So if someone has tried it, chuck on below, let me know, and I can share that information with everyone else. Okay, house rules. How do you feel about house rules in games? So here's the thing. If you're not a tournament player, and you don't go to tournaments and play tournaments, and you and your buddy play, or you and 2 or 3 other guys play, and you all agree on a certain rule is not very silly, is very silly, or doesn't work, it would work better if it worked like this, then, you know, you guys go for it. Because, you know, all you're doing is you're playing the game that you enjoy playing, and you're changing things slightly, you're all agreeing to it and making it more enjoyable. I'll give you an example. 7th edition of Fantasy, you had your spellcasters would have, like, he's a level 2 spellcaster, so he has 2 dice, okay, to cast spells with. You have 2 dice for your pool, your magic pool. If a hero has some sort of item that gives them an extra dice, then they have that. Or if they have an extra dice that goes to the pool, it goes to the pool, the magic pool. That's fine. But then in 8th edition, they changed it. So this is a level 2 wizard, but his 2 dice goes into the magic pool. He has an item that goes into the magic pool. And then what they done was every wizard on the board can attempt to channel another dice. So you roll a dice for every wizard on the board, your army, and you roll a 6, adds another dice to your pool. Now, for me, the problem with collecting all the dice into a magic dice pool means that the level 4 wizards and wizards more powerful spells will use those dice up, and the lesser wizards won't. Now, with this, the way it was in 7th edition, this wizard has 2 dice. That's the dice they can use. They can take dice from the pool to use as well, but that stops them being a battery to charge up the bigger wizards. I'm talking like Great Demons and level 4, you know, Wizard Lords and all that sort of business. Now, I played a game of 7th edition. This was a long time ago. Long time ago. It was only a 5,000 point game. It was I was using Skaven versus Orcs and Goblins. But we did it with this is a level 2 wizard. He has 2 dice. But then we done the challenging as well, because I thought it was a great rule and a great way of doing it, and we both agreed on that. So we had to, you know, we done that. And so to answer your question, with house rules, you have to agree on it. You know, for example, another example I just thought of, when you're playing 40k, if you have one model hiding behind a bit of terrain, so they get a cover save, but the rest of you just hanging out and they get shot at, most people will try and take the shots on the person behind cover to get a cover save for her. But you know, there's nothing wrong with that rule. It's bending the rules a little bit, but there's nothing wrong with that. For me, if the guys are here and you're shooting from this way and the guy in cover is over this side, well, you're not going to be shooting this guy, you're going to be shooting the closest guys or in their direction. You know, so to me, I wouldn't be trying to roll cover save when they're shooting from, if the guy's in cover here and he's being shot from this way, then yes, okay, it's, you know, do it that way. But you know, to me, it's a bit of common sense. You know, same way as if you've got a blast crater and there's a guy within 1 inch or 2 inches of it, he can still shoot out and still be shot at, but he's going to get a save because he's not going to be standing there in the open shooting. He's going to be laying against the blast crater or trying to, you know, crouch down, hide, use the blast crater to try and shield himself as much as he can. So I think in terms of house rules, you really need to sit with your opponent and you know, have a chat about stuff and before the game even starts. And if it's something that makes the game more difficult and it's not that enjoyable to play, then don't do it. If it's something that makes the game really enjoyable, and then, you know, go for it. I remember playing a game of Warhammer Fantasy, and I made a little spell group up, yeah, and just some crazy random spells, but these were basic spells. So there was a couple of magic missiles on there, but they weren't very strong because these were designed to be the spells that spellcasters would learn basic training of becoming spellcasters, and then go on to learn the bigger spells. And you know, we had such a great you know time with those rules. And I think one of the spells was like a barrier, where the spellcaster gains like D3 shields, so he ignores the, you know, next D3 wounds. You know, something like that. It was great. But you know, it is up to you and your opponent just to sit and look at stuff and just, you know, because with the house rules as well, you could actually have scenarios and play scenarios that are challenging for both of you, but actually balanced. But that's a house rule in itself, because normally games of, say, a 40k would be like objective markers and stuff like that. But you can easily play a game where you've got to get from one end of the table to the other, or you're in the middle and it's a last stand type scenario. So you're in the middle and your opponent comes in from every edge and they've got double the number of points you have, and your aim is just to survive until, you know, turn 5 or turn 6, whatever you want to decide. Again, even with the turns, if you want to play 6 turns, you play 6 turns. As long as you and your opponent know what you're doing, that's the best way to proceed with house rules. Where are we? Right, so we've got two orders of business to do. They're absolutely, one is the vote, and one is showing you something really, really nice, really tasty and really nice. So we're going to do that right now. Right, here's what we're voting on this week, guys. Now some of you are going to say, "Oh, John, but you've only replaced one model with do take the crate out and replace it with something else." Yeah, because everything needs to be painted. Everything needs to be built. Everything needs to be painted. Right, so we've got the Cryptek Spider. Now this bit is part of him. It gets glued into the back of him over here. Yeah, into this little nozzle part. He does have a flying stand that goes into the bottom of him. Yeah, but I haven't decided whether I'm going to put him on his normal flying stand or actually do the pen flying stand, so he's a bit higher up or it's a bit more sturdy. We have this lovely lady, Valkyria, or Valkyria, whatever her name is. There's 2 Space Marine heroes there. Okay, so if the Space Marine heroes actually get the vote, then what I would do is roll a d6. You know, unless someone says I vote for the Space Marine hero with the shield, or I vote for the Space Marine captain. I bet you think that's a lieutenant as well. They're both captains. I'm not sure. I think they're both actually captains. We got this massive guy. He's going to be a joy to paint, but he is going to be probably a long painting video because a lot of detail on him. And we've got the Unit Chaos Knights. As I said last week, this guy has worked on him, but this is the first level of the colour scheme for the Cool Knight Knights. So if you're interested in seeing that, it's a whole unit of them. So if you're interested in seeing that, you vote for him. Okay, let me just give you a bit of focuses in. Focus in, yeah. No, it's not going to focus in for some bizarre reason. It's not going to do a focus shot from distance. So Spider, Valkyria, Chaos Knights, Illumina, or one of the captains. Okay. Also, when I forgot, which I can't show you, is the Wildcard. So if you want one of those, check a vote on those, or vote for the Wildcard. Now, votes will be taken as soon as this video goes up, okay? And I will stop taking votes at 12 o'clock midday on Friday, okay? So anything voted on after that will not count. If you message me via Messenger, the vote won't count. You have to comment on this video for your vote to count, okay? This is the easiest way for me to do it, rather than have to go from backwards and forwards and looking at, okay? Now, there's one piece of business I want to show you. I'm very happy, very pleased to show this to you. It's from my friend at Immersive Terrain. And it's some bases. Absolutely amazing bases. Absolutely amazing. Now, when I show you these, I'm blown away with them. There's so many things that you can do with them. You know, if you play D&D and fantasy and that topic, you can use them for that. There's a game called Reign in Hell, which is like demon warbands. You can use them for that. What I think they're designed for, and what I'm going to use them for, is Chaos Space Marines. They're absolutely fantastic. Not only that, you could use them for your demon armies. Yeah, I'm talking like cool demon armies. But you could actually probably use them on pretty much anything. They're absolutely fantastic. Okay, and so you go, show us. We're going to see right now. Right, so Immersive Terrain very kindly sent me these bases. They are 5 32mm bases, but he does 40mm bases. He does a heap of stuff on his .com shop. So I'll chuck a link to his YouTube channel where you'll be able to get to his .com shop and everything else. But if you haven't subscribed to him and checked him out, please do so. Absolutely amazing. So a good look at these models, these bases. And I know you're going to say straight away, wow. Look at that. That is absolutely, I'm blown away with it. I'm actually blown away with them. I just hope that I can do them justice. I will with the skulls, but it's just, I'm just a little bit, I don't know what to do with these colours, but I'm excited to do them. I mean, look at it, look at that. Guys, this is next level stuff. This is fantastic. Oh wow. That is some amazing work there. So I'll show you, give you a quick glimpse of all of them, so you can see the level of detail and the level of absolutely fantastic. I like this one. This one is amazing. This is my favourite one. Look at how many skulls are on there. Wow. So if you're a Khorne Demon player, you could easily buy some 40mm bases off him and put Skull Taker on one of these, especially like this one. Look at that. That's like a mountain of skulls. That is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I like this. I can't even That's my favourite one so far. Yeah, the Mountain of Skulls. But looking at them all, they're all absolutely fantastic. Let me move that out of the way. They are absolutely fantastic. Just amazing. So, wow. Now I'm going to put the Chaos Space Marines from the Eldritch Omens box on them. That's why I haven't put them together yet. Just been sitting there waiting for these bases, and absolutely, it was worth the wait. Absolutely blown away by it. Immersive Terrain. Big thank you, brother. Well done. That's amazing work, and thank you for sending them to me. I hope you guys agree with me how fantastic they are, and please go and check out Immersive Terrain. I will chuck a link on this video in the comments below on this video to his YouTube page, so you can go there and there will be links there to go to his .com shop, and you'll be able to have a look at the vast amount of stuff that he has. Please subscribe to his channel as well, because he does some amazing work. Amazing work. Guys, if you have a question for me, okay, you can chuck a comment below on this video, or go to Unique Wargaming Terrain Facebook page. There's a messenger button there. You can click on that and come and it'll bring you to message me directly, or message me as Unique Wargaming Terrain, whatever way you want. Doesn't bother me, it's fine. Guys, until next time, please take it easy, and well, I'll see you next time.